Please, Madam Kuku, DIRCO, colleagues from embassies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Each year, on October 25, Kazakhstan commemorates the Republic Day, a day of a unique significance as it marks the pivotal moment when back in 1990, Kazakhstan, then still a part of the Soviet Union, declared its sovereignty. That declaration was more than a political statement. It signaled the nation's commitment to determine its own destiny, materialize its aspirations, recover its historical and cultural identity. It also opened wide the doors for process of gaining the actual independence a year later, a long-cherished dream of our forefathers. As you may see, Kazakhstan is a comparatively young state. At the same time, it is an ancient land, located in the heart of Eurasia. It witnessed rise and decline of different civilizations and empires throughout centuries and even millennia. It was the heartland of ancient Scythians, Sarmats, Saka people, and Massagetians, with their famous queen conquests of the legendary kingdom of Turan, who defeated Cyrus the Great of the Achaemenid Empire, the most powerful ruler of the antique world. It was also the ancestral lands of Huns, who later went west and then there consolidated under the leadership of Attila, who shook the old Roman Empire. So, what I mean that our land has always been a crossroad which gave meaning to the very existence of the ancient Silk Road, the major link of civilizations of those times. And that ancient Silk Road became operational under the rule and management, I would say even the word management, even though it was not familiar at those times, of all Turkic nomads who inhabited and gave birth to Kazakhs. They are immediate ancestors of Kazakhs and many blood-related Turkic nations who live today in the vast Eurasia. Even Genghis Khan took the language, logistics, and structural patterns of the preceding old Turkic Khanates to build his own empire, stretching from China to Eastern Europe, to control the Silk Road, to control global trade of those times. And it is no surprise that today we avail of this opportunity, and in new era, in new history, with the new Silk Road, over 80% of all land cargo trade between China and Europe now transits Kazakhstan. There are many other interesting things about Kazakhstan, and of course I may talk hours and hours about that, but I'll try to control myself. So just a few examples. Did you know that horses were first domesticated 5,000 years ago in northern and central Kazakhstan? That is not just a funny historical fact, but a phenomenon which drastically impacted many developments on the planet, improving connectivity, facilitating travel, and boosting trade. Even, don't laugh please, even the invention of pants was due to the need to protect horse riders' legs. That is simple. Yeah. And another fact, biological and genetic research also proved that southern Kazakhstan and partly northern Kyrgyzstan, the neighboring country, is the ancestral home of the very original species of apple that gave birth to all current domesticated apple species in the world. Did you know that? Well, the same, by the way, the same attributes to tulips. So, surprise, surprise. And I can continue with such facts. Should I? Okay. So, being the 9th largest country in the world, but also being the 1st largest landlocked state, for the last 30 plus years, we managed to turn our landlockedness into landlinkedness, like it was done many, many centuries ago by our predecessors. But my country's latest history is nothing but remarkable as well. We managed to break out of the post-Soviet totalitarian shell, building a vibrant young democracy. A special emphasis was made on cherishing multicultural diversity and accord in the society, ensuring its more than 100 ethnic communities representing 16 religious groups find their voice and representation in the nation's political fabric. And we managed to succeed as a multicultural society. Also, thanks to our historic code, our social and political instincts inherited from our ancestors. The last few years have been especially transformative for Kazakhstan. The culmination was a nationwide referendum on the constitutional reform last year. The idea was proposed by President Tokayev, widely shared and supported by our people. The whole system was rebalanced by, to name a few, reinforcing the parliament, raising the accountability of the government, restoring the constitutional court, liberalizing legislation and practices on different aspects like political parties, NGOs, peaceful assemblies, and so on. The electoral landscape of Kazakhstan witnessed an unprecedented shift with the decentralization of powers and also tax redistribution between center, provinces, and local communities. Direct local elections, growing number of political parties, independent and self-nominated candidates. Nowadays, new Kazakhstan is based on a strong president, an influential parliament, and accountable government concept, which is not a fixed state of affair, but a goal and a formula of our further development. Today, Kazakhstan also stands tall as the largest economy in Central Asia and Southern Caucasus, which grew ninefold for the last 30 years, with its GDP reaching $230 billion, or I would say $1,500 per capita. Since independence, the country attracted about $400 billion of foreign direct investments, gaining growing trust and interest from global business community. Our decision to shift the capital from Almaty city in the south, 1,200 kilometers to the north, to Astana city, was not just a political act, but turned out to become one of the most successful infrastructural mega projects. And we are receiving several requests from several countries who wants to learn this, to come to Kazakhstan and study this particular project and to maybe duplicate them back in their countries. So, and that project of shifting the capital, despite the fact that it was very, very difficult act, and indeed, it attracted tens of billions of dollars, gave drastic boost to the development of various industrial sectors, helped to improve the country's demographic and social landscape. Kazakhstan is also a financial crossroad of modern Eurasia and beyond. For instance, the Astana International Financial Center plays a key role as a regional hub for business and finance, connecting the economies of Central Asia, the Caucasus, the Eurasian Economic Union, Western and Central China, Mongolia, the Middle East, and Europe. In just a few years, actually, it is operational for 5 years, but 3 of them are pandemic years. So actually, it is only in 2 fully fledged operational years since its establishment. The center more than 2,100 companies from almost 80 countries started their operations on the platform of AIFC. And they attracted over $10 billion in these just two years. And our financial success brought MasterCard, for example, to a decision to open its regional office for the CIS Eurasia, Central and Eastern Europe in my country. The company's intention, of course, is to boost its business, but also to develop human capital in the banking sector in our region. At the same time, using its global network, MasterCard wants to improve globally recognized Kazakhstan GovTech solutions to promote globally recognized Kazakhstan's GovTech solutions in the developing and emerging markets. So, dear guests, our domestic developments, based on our historical experiences, have determined and continue to influence our foreign policies. We have always been open to new ideas, new people, new friendships and partnerships. We call our foreign policy a multi-vector one. It is not about neutrality, but about a fair balance of interests. It is about openness, transparency. It is about predictability, commitment, trust, and mutual respect. That is why Kazakhstan maintains friendly relations with all UN members and has no hostile disputes with any nation on the globe. And it gives me a special pleasure to know that we enjoy very friendly relations with the host country, with the Republic of South Africa. Diplomatic relations between Kazakhstan and South Africa were established over 30 years ago. During these years, our interaction has been ensured through high-level visits and working meetings, as well as a high-level mechanism for regular political consultations, which last round took place this year, in Astana, in our capital. And of course, upon the invitation kindly extended by the South African Chairmanship and personally by President Ramaphosa, this year my country participated in several BRICS high-level events. As President of Kazakhstan noted in his address at the summit, under the BRICS and Africa banner of South Africa's presidency, Kazakhstan wishes to strengthen multifaceted cooperation with the BRICS countries and the African Union. As a major country in Central Asia, Kazakhstan would be glad to be a part of the BRICS community. Though very far away geographically from each other, Kazakhstan and South Africa in many instances have a lot in common. Both countries dramatically changed and literally started new chapters in their history in early 90s last century, when our land got independent and this land got free from apartheid. We both voluntarily abandoned military nuclear capacity and resolutely are promoting the idea of the world free of nuclear weapons. We also support each other at multilateral fora and share the same approach to major issues on the international agenda. Both countries have rich reserves of natural resources and work hard to build a social welfare state. Our bilateral trade with South Africa witnessed over 35% of increase last year, but it is still below our expectations. On the investment side, we have a very good example of the South African Paramount Group, which built a production facility in Kazakhstan, manufacturing advanced armored wheeled vehicles. I strongly believe that South Africa can view Kazakhstan as a hub for promoting its businesses and goods in the entire Central Asia and adjacent regions of Eurasia. The same way we would like to partner with your country to promote economic relations in this part of the African continent. Kazakhstan and South Africa are highly diverse countries, and there is a great unexplored potential to promote mutually beneficial relations in every area, from politics and economics to tourism, culture, education, medicine, just to name a few. It is my goal to help to establish strong ties at all levels, government to government, business to business, and people to people. My friends, as I threatened to you, I can talk hours and hours on Kazakhstan, my beloved and loved homeland. However, I think that I need to stop soon. But before that, I want definitely to invite all of you to visit my country, which is with its variety of natural landscapes and climatic zones, from snow-capped peaks of the Ileal Mountains, crystal clear alpine lakes, alpine meadows, and stunning canyons of southern Kazakhstan, hugely vast steppes of central Kazakhstan, marsh-like but oil-rich badlands in the west, taiga-like forests, lakes, and mountains of Kazakh Altai in the east of the country, and many, many other fantastic places. So you will be able to see some of these pictures in the video or in this gallery of photo gallery we were exhibiting outside. And of course, the country offers an opportunity to experience both Asian and European cultures, historical sites, and artifacts. It also boasts fascinating man-made wonders such as the world's first and largest spaceport Baikonur, divine underground mosques cut into limestone rocks, or the mausoleum of Hoja Ahmed Yasavi, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which for centuries has been an important pilgrimage site, and that has recently won the city of Turkestan in southern Kazakhstan, where it is located, the name of the cultural capital of the Turkic world. And of course, as well as many modern architectural masterpieces by the world-renowned architects. So, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here today to celebrate the National Day of Kazakhstan. I have received a lot of warm wishes. Likewise, I want to wish everything good and kind to all of you, to your countries, peoples, and families, for peace, friendship, and prosperity of our nations. Please, cheers.